My wife keeps saying that I never do enough for her. I cook, I clean, I take her out, I play board games, her favorite, not mine. I listen to all of her work bullshit. I work for her. I work another 2 jobs. I take care of our kids. I take care of our dogs. I take care of our house inside and outside. I don't know what else to do. Every time I try to talk to her, she spins the conversation to me being the bad guy and banishes me to sleep in another room for the night. Oof. All of my free time is spent with her, working on the house or working. I am at my wits' end what to do. Man, I feel for you. It sounds like you're carrying the weight of the world, or at least your world, on your shoulders. And no matter how much you do, it's never good enough in her eyes. And that's a tough place to be. Well, let's break this down and figure out what's really going on here. You say you're doing a lot, but is that what she really needs? Now, this might sting a little, yeah, but hear me out. Sometimes we think that giving everything is going to do the job, yeah, and we also think that we're giving everything, but it's not landing in the way that the other person, in this case your wife, needs. Yeah, you're cooking, cleaning, working multiple jobs, taking care of the kids, and even playing her favorite games. Yeah, it seems like a lot, but have you asked her directly, what do you need from me to feel loved and supported? Sometimes what we think is love, acts of service, providing, things like that, isn't what the other person is really looking for. Maybe she craves different things, like a better emotional connection, a quality time without distractions, or maybe just acknowledgement for her feelings. It's worth asking. If you never ask, you don't know. The second thing is, let's be real, banishing you to another room and spinning every conversation to make you the bad guy, that is not healthy communication. Yeah, that's emotional manipulation. A relationship should be a partnership, not a blame game. And if every attempt to talk ends with you being punished, that's a red flag. Yeah, you're not her punching bag. I would not take that. The third thing that I wanted to talk about is, I think you're going to burn yourself out, to be honest. I mean, you're working multiple jobs, taking care of the house, the kids, the dog, and still trying to make time for her. That's not sustainable on the long term. You're going to run on empty. And it's no wonder that you are, what do you say? I'm at my wits' end. I'm at my wits' end. If you keep giving without receiving anything in return, something that you need, you're going to hit a breaking point very soon. And let me tell you, I've hit that breaking point myself, and that's not good for you. It's not good for your kids. It's not good for your marriage. So the thing here is to find out what's really going on with her. Yeah, because her constant dissatisfaction might not even be about you. It could be about her own unhappiness, or her own stress, or her own unmet needs that she hasn't even figured out yet, or haven't figured out how to express them to you. Yeah, people often project their frustrations onto the closest person to them. And in this case, that's you. And it doesn't make it right, but it might explain why she's acting this way. I mean, if she's unhappy with herself or with her life, no amount of effort from you will fix that. So she has to do that work for herself. So what can you do now? Well, I would probably have a calm and direct conversation with her. when things are calm, by the way, and not in the middle of an argument. And sit her down and say something like, I feel like I'm doing everything that I can, or and it's still not good enough for you. And I need to understand what you really need from me because I'm burning out. And I don't want to keep us, in a situation like this. And keep it about how you feel. Yeah, women understand feelings. And don't keep it about blaming her. Yeah, it's not about blaming her. It's about how you feel. The second thing is set some boundaries. Yeah, you're doing too much. And it's okay to say, I can't keep doing everything on my own. A healthy relationship is about teamwork. Yeah, not one person carrying the load. If she's not willing to meet you halfway, that's a serious issue. And I would strongly suggest for you to take care of yourself. Yeah, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And so start carving out time for yourself. Even if it's just 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. Yeah, go for a walk, hit the gym, read a book. Whatever helps you to recharge. Yeah, you're not just the husband or the father and the worker. You're also a person. And you matter too. Yeah, you need to be healthy. You need to be on top of your game. Yeah, you have a family to maintain. Look, at the end of the day, you want to be in a relationship where you are valued and appreciated. And if she's unwilling to work on things or continues to treat you unfairly, you will have to need to ask yourself some hard questions, about what you are willing to tolerate. Me personally, I'm not willing to tolerate anything. But that's for you to figure out where that line is. But staying in a situation where you're constantly drained and disrespected is not good. It's not good for anyone. It's not good for you, for her, for the kids, for the relationship. So you're clearly a hardworking man. You're clearly very, very dedicated. Yeah, you're trying your best. So don't lose sight of that. Based on what you say, you're not the bad guy here, and you're not alone in this. Yeah, so take a step back, breathe, and start focusing on what you need to do. So have that conversation, set some boundaries, and take care of yourself. Yeah, you've got this, brother. If you need some more help, join our community. Yeah, send me a message, community, a private message, and then I will give you a link to our online community where we can discuss this further. See you later.